Guys, how's it going? Stoudman coming back at you once again, and today I am going to talk your ear off, potentially, about some DVDs that I recently came across out in the wild. I was doing some thrift shopping. Whenever I go thrift shopping, I could come back with anything. I could come back with a coloring book. I could come back with a toy of some sort. Like these toys back behind me, the taxi driver one over here, and the reaction toys. I picked those up because they were $1 during the half price books $1 sales. So yeah, I am known to pick up some random things when I go thrift shopping. This time around, I only came across some DVDs, but the DVDs that I did find were some pretty interesting titles. Well, at least two of them I feel like were interesting titles. I think I'll start with the not so interesting titles to begin with, but I still am very happy about these because at least one of them I believe is getting a little bit harder to find. And I don't know if you've been paying attention, but I've been trying to beef up my Saturday Night Live Best Of collection because I really didn't have many in my collection of those. And I love those because you can go and just revisit some of your favorite memories from Saturday Night Live without going back and rewatching every single episode from start to finish, you know what I mean? So yeah, when I saw that they were having a pretty deep discount on these, half off of the marked price, I was like, you know what? Okay, half off of $3 is the right price for the SNL collection of the Best of Mike Myers. This was, as you can see, $3, and the blue tag was 50% off, so that came to $1.50 for the Best of Mike Myers. Pretty damn good price. It's something that I might expect to see at half-price books during their dollar sale, but I don't want to place any wagers on that. You know, I don't want to give it a chance and then end up waiting 2 years before I see it. You know what I mean? Like, why bother doing that when you can find this now and get it now for $1.50? Is 50 cents really that big of a deal? I don't think so. So, yeah, I went ahead and got the Best of Mike Myers here, which includes some extra features, dress rehearsal, photo gallery, and outtakes. Total of 76 minutes, so it's not necessarily a long one, but when you just want something to laugh at and you've got about an hour instead of, if you don't have like 2 hours or whatever, and you just want something to laugh at for like an hour or an hour and a half, and you're not really feeling a comedy special, but you do want to see something like that, well, here you go. These are perfect for that. And the disc wasn't in necessarily the best condition, but it's alright. A few scuffs that I can get out of there, mostly like fingerprint kind of stuff, so not really a problem. Very happy with that. $1.50 for that. And then I also found the SNL Best of Jon Lovitz. This one is the one that's, I think, getting a little bit harder to find. At least if you go on Amazon right now, the best price you're going to find on it is like between $2 and $5. And that's, of course, with the $3.99 shipping. And then the only one they have, I think, for Prime shipping was like $29 or something like that. I don't know if this one's out of print or something, but when I saw it, I'm like, really? For the Jon Lovitz SNL Best Of? I don't understand why, but whatever the case may be, this is a much longer one than the Mike Myers. This one is 94 minutes, and it was the same price, $1.50, so I said, hell yeah. And this one was actually still shrink wrapped. It even had the Big Lots sticker up in the corner here from when somebody apparently got it at Big Lots. But I guess they didn't care that much about it when they got it at Big Lots because it ended up shrink wrapped in a freaking thrift store. So yeah, extra features include his audition, photo gallery, dress rehearsal, TV appearance, and audio commentary. Audio commentary, I didn't even see that. That's pretty cool. Not necessarily the biggest fan of Jon Lovitz, but I do find him fucking hilarious in many of the things that he does. So yeah, very happy to have this in my collection. It'd be a nice thing to play off of the other ones that I have, like, well, not Mike Myers, but the Will Ferrell ones that I have. If I'm not feeling somebody like Will Ferrell, John Lovitz is the perfect kind of guy to go for when you're not feeling that kind of comedy. You know what I mean? So, yeah, John Lovitz, $1.50. So for a total of $3 here, I got 2 more SNL best ofs for my collection. But that's not all. At that particular thrift store, I also found a DVD that I immediately saw. I was like, wait a minute, I think I've seen this here before, but I didn't get it then because I wasn't totally interested. At least at the time, I was just thinking, but is it something I really want? This time around, I was looking at it more and thinking, I kind of do want it. It's something I haven't ever gotten the chance to actually watch, and it's one of those movies that it's like there aren't many ways to watch it, you know what I mean? Unless Netflix miraculously decides to put this, it's a Native American film, so unless Netflix miraculously decides to put it on there or to buy the rights to it, which sometimes happens, but usually doesn't, you're not going to get the chance to see it, really, unless you, rent it for $4 online or something like that. So here it is on DVD for $3 with actually 30% off of that. So it came to $2 and some change or something like that. And yeah, I couldn't say no. I had to say yes because I was just sitting there thinking, man, when am I ever going to get the chance to find this again? This is something that's so rare, or not rare. I didn't think at the time that it was rare, but I did think of it, when I saw it, I did think of it as something that I don't normally see. It seemed to me to be an uncommon title. So I said, okay, this is uncommon. Let me look it up and see what the deal is with this. Is it out of print? Is it in print? What's going on? Sure enough, I go on Amazon, and the lowest price for this particular title that I see from anybody is $29.95. It's clearly out of print, no longer being sold in stores anywhere, and if I didn't buy it now, I probably never would have had a chance to get it. And the mere fact that it's something going for between $30 and $60 from what I saw online, I mean, if that's what it's going for on Amazon, then it's going for at least 15 to 20 on eBay typically. So yeah, that's kind of DVD that when you see it on the shelf for $2, you fucking buy it. You just do it because otherwise you're not going to get the opportunity. You're not going to see this again. So yeah, I went ahead and picked up Powwow Highway here, which stars a lot of famous Native American actors who you may be familiar with, including Gary Farmer and Graham Greene. I love Gary Farmer. He is one of the most amazing actors I've ever seen, especially for a big guy like me. I love Gary Farmer. And he's actually pretty damn funny too. He can do serious roles very well, but when he gets into this comedy, brilliant. Fucking brilliant. Gotta love him. And Graham Greene, everybody remembers Graham Greene from movies like Dances with Wolves and Maverick and stuff like that. He's Hollywood's golden Indian, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? He's the guy they go to when they need an Indian in their movie, so to speak. I don't know if I have the right to say something like that, but you know what I'm trying to say. I'm not Native American, but I did take courses on Native American literature and on Native American film, First Nations cinema, actually. So we were actually, I think, going to watch this in the First Nations cinema class, but didn't get around to it or didn't have the opportunity to or something. So sadly, we never got to see this movie. But it was one that I noted while I was taking that class, and it was one that I really wanted to check out. So to finally be able to check this out, to have this on DVD, especially considering the DVD is now apparently out of print, fucking awesome. Very happy to find this, especially just randomly in... I tell you, this thrift shop, this is my new favorite thrift shop, or one of my new favorite thrift shops, I should say, in the area, because their media section is really small. It's like one little it's 2 or 3 shelves on one shelving unit, all right, in the back of the store, and that's all it is. That's all you get when it comes to their DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff like that. But every time, almost every time I go there, I give it a month, just like I do with the pawn shops. But every time I go there, I manage to find something that's just like, I wasn't expecting to see that. And sure enough, man. Wasn't expecting to find Wally there on Blu-ray for $3.50, or Disney's Earth, or was it Life? I think it was Life actually, for on Blu-ray for $3.50. I was not expecting those things, but there they were. I was not expecting this, but there it was. You see why I go there? Even if they have a really small section, for some reason it's like they managed to get in some really interesting titles, and this was one of them. Damn, this is the pick of the week for me, honestly, in my opinion. Considering how rare it is and how expensive apparently it is now, very, very happy to have this in my collection now. Last but not least, I went over to Value Village. For those of you who don't know what Value Village is, it's like Savers. It's actually Savers, I think, bought Value Village, so Savers kind of is Value Village. Value Village is Savers, or it's either one or the other. Savers bought them, Value Village bought them, whoever. They're the same conglomerate, thrift, mega corporation. You know what I mean? They're the competitor to Goodwill, put it that way. Goodwill has been dropping the ball a lot lately, and they're picking up the pieces. I always loved going to Value Village over Goodwill back in the day, and that has not changed. Value Village is still my chosen thrift store over Goodwill, because Goodwill just, sometimes you find some good stuff there, but typically I find a lot better stuff at Value Village. And if you have a Savers but not a Value Village in your area, then just replace every mention I'm making of Value Village with Savers, and you'll know what I'm saying here. Imagine if you had a Goodwill and a Savers in your area, which one would you go to more frequently? If you say that you want to go to Goodwill more frequently, I'm calling you on your shit. Either you have one of the best Goodwills in the goddamn world, or you're full of it. Either way, I went to Value Village, aka Savers, and I was looking through their DVDs and Blu-rays. Well, they had a couple of Blu-rays, I think, but you know, it's the kind of stuff nobody really cares about or wants. So I was looking through there, and I found a movie that I thought was Nothing But Trouble, but it wasn't Nothing But Trouble. It was like Nothing Left to Lose or something like that. I can't remember. Every time I see it, though, every time I see that on the shelf, I'm like, is this Nothing But Trouble? No, it's not Nothing But Trouble. It's Nothing Left to Lose. Oh, good. Get back on the shelf. But sure enough, my eyes wander down to the next shelf, and there's Nothing But Trouble. And I take a closer look, I'm like, oh, standard edition. So I didn't know this until I got home, but that's apparently the only version of the movie that's on DVD. The Nothing But Trouble is not available in widescreen on any home video release, period. What? What? Why? It's Chevy Chase, Dan Aykroyd. How and why? I know a lot of people hate this movie, but I actually have fond memories of it being one of those weird, freaky movies from my childhood, and I would love to be able to get it, even if only on DVD, but why is it only in full screen? Had I known that that was the case, I probably would have picked it up anyways, because it was actually in really good condition. But I didn't know that was the case at the time, so I put it back on the shelf. And I was just like, really bummed out at the time, because I thought, of course, I finally find it, but it's in full screen. It's not in widescreen. Gotta wait and find the widescreen version. There is no widescreen version, you numbskull. But anyways, I was kind of feeling dejected, and I just kept looking down the shelf, and sure enough, I find a movie that I've been talking to my friends about for the past week or so, or at least a couple of times during the past week. And I was saying, Why doesn't Criterion get this movie? Why don't they put this movie in the Criterion collection? This is something that not only deserves to be put on Blu-ray, but for some reason hasn't been put on Blu-ray, but it deserves to be in the Criterion collection, in my humble opinion. I was talking to them about that, and I was like, why isn't this on Blu-ray yet? At least it should be on Blu-ray. If they can put The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind on Blu-ray, they can put this on Blu-ray. If the Criterion Collection can put Punch Drunk Love on Blu-ray, they can put this on Blu-ray. I'm saying, why haven't they put Man on the Moon on Blu-ray yet? So, sure enough, I'm looking around there and I'm feeling dejected and I'm like, well, I'm not going to find anything I want here. And there it is. The movie that I was just thinking about and talking to my friends about and saying, oh man, I want to watch this again because it's been far too long since I last watched it, and I can't believe it's not on Blu-ray yet. I've been thinking about picking it up on DVD for the past week or so, and sure enough, after thinking about buying it on DVD, there it was in Value Village. And, well, you might notice that there is one problem with this particular copy, and that is that the DVD case does not have a plastic cover over it, plastic coating. So the slip cover here, the slip artwork here is just kind of taped on, which is sad and depressing. But I don't know, man. When the universe throws you a bone like that, when the universe says, "All right, it wasn't the version of Nothing But Trouble that you wanted, but here's that movie that you've been thinking about and talking about for a week now. Remember how you said you wanted to watch that movie? Well, here it is." And I checked the disc. Perfect fucking never been played condition. Like, okay, the case isn't necessarily in great condition. It doesn't have like the plastic or anything, but the disc is in perfect condition. I had to. I had to. And can you really blame me? And it's widescreen. It's the widescreen version. And, of course, it came with the insert, which, doesn't always happen to be the case. So, I had to. Now, granted, this is something that you can still find fairly cheap on DVD. It's not necessarily rare. It's not out of print. At least not to my knowledge, it's not out of print. So, although I wish I could have gotten it in better condition, i.e. without the tape on it and stuff, I am glad that the universe threw me a bone in that way, that they decided to say, okay, you're looking around, you found something that you kind of thought you wanted, but it wasn't the one you wanted, and now you're feeling like crap. Well, here you go. They threw me a bone, and I was not one to look a gift horse in the mouth. I just said, okay, you're coming home with me. I'll find a way to make this work. I'm probably just gonna. I'm afraid to take the tape off because I'm sure it's gonna try and remove some of the artwork when I do. But I might just kind of fold the tape over and then take the artwork off of this particular case and put this all into an entirely new case, which is probably the best idea because it's one of these cases with the lift here where it's actually really fucking hard to get the disc out. You know what I mean. These just are nightmares because you're always afraid you're going to break the disc because it's so fucking tight. Oh, good fucking grief. So, yeah. Really nice condition. Happy about that. Probably shouldn't even put it back in there, but whatever. Yeah, this cost me $3. So, not the cheapest DVD that you're going to find out there in the wild, but believe it or not, that's actually cheaper than the DVDs they have at Goodwill. At least in my neck of the woods, all DVDs at Goodwill now are $4. Unless you want to go to Goodwill Outlet, where you'll find a bunch of DVD cases, but no actual discs. And if you actually do manage to find a DVD with the case and the disc, they'll charge you $2 for that. But you might get cut putting your hand into a fucking bin full of broken records just trying to pull it out of there. I'm not even shitting you, that's what it's like. So, I don't even want to bother going to Goodwill Outlet. I'm just going to stick to the $3 DVDs at Value Village. You never know when you can find something like this. That's not necessarily something you see every day on the shelf. And I'll stick to the other Goodwill when they have their 50% off media day. $2 DVDs, that's good with me. And of course, there's always Half Price Books Outlet. Their dollar deals, their dollar days. I'll just go pick up some DVDs for $1 there. So, yeah. Anyways, that'll do it for me. That is all that I picked up at the thrift stores this week. I talked way too freaking long about these, I know. But, yeah, I had a lot of good things to say about these, right? So, what are you going to do? Thrifting, man, you never know when you're going to come out on top. But I think I found some really cool things, especially this one right here. So, yeah. Let me know what you think of this haul in the comments section below. Catch you guys later. Peace.